Hello, welcome to iamGEEK. This is episode 289. My name is Ryan. I'm joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin. How are you guys doing tonight? We're back at it. It is 2024.
Wow.
Wow.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
We're in the future.
Well,
We're in now.
we're now.
If somebody listened to this in the past, then
We're
yes, we would be
in now.
I don't think people could listen to this in the past.
if they went
Or
back in
can
time.
they?
Gotta get back in time.
Now, there may be somebody listening to this in like 2035.
Ooh.
Like, what is this? What is this weird podcast?
Yeah. Why am I listening to it?
And why am I listening to it?
And
Why am I
I've
not
got
just
6,000 episodes to catch up on.
You never know. You never know. Anyways, welcome back. I hope you guys had a good Christmas, good New Year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Partied it up. I know Chris did.
Mm-hmm. That's all I do.
Anyways, so tonight we're going to talk about the second season of What If, Marvel's What If, on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Catch it now.
Mm.
Cha-ching. Anyways, we're not a sponsor.
Oh.
We have sponsors.
No. If you'd like to be our sponsor,
Email us at iamgeekshow@gmail.com.
why is my phone dinging so much? We're not even live.
Wow.
It's crazy. It's for
Could be
Anyways.
alien.
So I thought before we talked about What If,
Mhm.
Marvel's second season, because 2024 has just started and it's already cuckoo bananas. I mean, we could talk about everything that's happened in 2024 so far for the next hour and not talk about What If,
Yeah.
because it's
Wars and
so
rumors of wars and
Goofy.
earthquakes and
yeah, weird
locusts
stuff in the
probably,
sky.
frogs. It's all there probably.
Yeah, dogs and cats living together.
That's
It mold
coming.
around a vent. That was crazy.
Anyways, but probably the weirdest story so far in 2024,
Mhm.
because it sort of goes with what we're talking about tonight with the What If show. What if aliens invaded Bayside Mall in Miami, Florida?
Oh
Talk
my.
about the multiverse. Here we go. It's breaking all through. So supposedly at Bayside Mall in Miami,
Mhm.
not the TV show, not from Saved by the
Not
Bell.
Zach and all those
No.
guys.
I mean, they
Oh.
could have been there.
Although there was an episode where Screech dressed up like an alien because they were trying to convince somebody that he was an alien. I can't think of who
Yep.
it was. It was like
NASA. I think they were trying to convince like
NASA.
Yeah, I think it was.
that he was
NASA.
an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
But not them,
yeah.
not them.
But not them. So supposedly portals opened up inside of Bayside Mall, and these giant 10-foot shadow-like creatures stepped out of them and just walked through the mall, and then went back into their portals and went away.
And supposedly people shot at them.
Yeah, supposedly people shot at them because it is Miami.
Yeah.
Sideways. They shot sideways.
Probably sideways, and hit,
Yeah.
and the shells hit them in the face. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
Because you can't shoot your gun sideways without getting hit with the shells.
It's true. Only in the movies.
That's
But
right.
so the thing that caught everybody's attention was the videos that came out about this. Was it videos from inside the mall? No, none exist for whatever reason, because Bayside Mall in Miami has no security cameras.
That's right.
I guess. I don't know.
Or
Nobody
people
inside
with
is
cell
talking.
phones.
Yeah, or people with cell phones.
Or maybe
was
the portals set off an EMP inside
I thought about that too.
the
Maybe.
mall that shut down the
Possible.
cameras.
At this point, yeah,
Maybe.
it's very
Because
possible.
there is no videos of it inside. There's not even really any witnesses. But what we do have that was all over TikTok and Twitter We had to show Chris because he doesn't do social media. He's
I don't know. This is a so you're taking my image,
he was a
Taking
fan
your
of
my
MySpace.
voice,
off.
and putting it in this machine.
Yeah, yeah. Um,
Huh.
there was these videos of, I'm not kidding around, literally hundreds of police cars.
It was the entire police department. Is what
The
they
entire
said. It
yeah.
was.
So what else was going on in Miami at the time? I mean,
Not much.
Obviously burglaries, because that's where all the cops are. They're over there.
yeah, hundreds of police cars pulling up to this mall. A black helicopter supposedly flying all over air.
I think
Supposedly,
multiple helicopters.
yeah, supposedly they shut down air traffic around the area. And
Yeah.
people are like, well, what happened? Was it like a terrorist attack? What happened? So the report from the police or whoever is that there was a gang of teenagers with sticks and
Yeah.
fireworks.
50 of them. 50 kids. Which is a lot.
50 of them, which required the entire Miami police force to come to Bayside Mall to stop these hooligans and their sticks
Sticks and fireworks.
and fireworks.
I do have trouble if I see a gang of teenagers. I do tend to think, oh, 10-foot tall shadow creature. I can't tell the difference a lot of times. They're very similar.
But it gets even weirder. Are you ready for the even stranger? Chris doesn't even. Katrin may know this part, but Chris doesn't know it because
I don't
again,
know.
we've said that he doesn't watch the videos online.
I don't do anything. No. Go
If they don't come on VHS, he doesn't watch it.
My 8-track player.
Betamax.
So the even stranger part is the coordinates. If you type them into the dibbly doo or whatever of the Bayside
Fancy.
Mall,
GPS.
is the reverse coordinates for Antarctica.
And supposedly there's something going on in Antarctica, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So people are like, oh, so these are like whatever's in Antarctica opened up a portal, and then on the other side of the planet or whatever, the coordinates opened up into the Bayside Mall in Miami. They came out and took a stroll and then went back in the portal back to Antarctica.
So is this like the Bugs Bunny thing where he took like a wrong turn at Albuquerque type situation?
I don't know.
Did.
Popped out of a hole like, this is an Albuquerque, and then
So-
popped back in. And,
Super cold in Antarctica.
They're like,
Really
let's go to
hot
Miami.
in Miami.
yeah. Like, we need some jackets. Go to the mall. Where's the mall?
Miami.
Just reverse the coordinates.
I mean, we could talk about this all night because Antarctica, supposedly, every country, major country in the world has a treaty about Antarctica that they won't dig there, they won't get minerals from there, and that if anybody breaks the treaty, then that's going to start World War III. They'll probably start before that, but
It's a little weird.
it's weird. Yeah.
That's what.
And it's weird that the coordinates line up for
Yeah.
random mall in Miami that has no security cameras. That I don't know.
Nope, and no social media. Nobody's taking videos, which supposedly kids or people have taken pictures or videos, and they've been taken down by the government. That's what's being said. Who knows?
Well, this episode may be taken down by the government.
The Miami Police Department,
which
said
would make me happy because that means somebody's listening.
The police department said there's no aliens, no UFOs, no ETs, and they kind of chuckled and laughed, and then had an image of an alien show up in the video, which was kind of funny. But then there's other people that said that they've talked to people that work in the police department, and they even videotaped it. It's like, see, I'm talking to them on FaceTime, and they're like, I can't talk about it, you know. Which it's weird. I mean, anybody could say they work with the police department, so
yeah,
it's kind of weird. Yeah. But it's what gets me is like, where did that even start?
The 10-foot creatures.
Well, yeah, that was the thing, that it was aliens. Why wasn't it evident that there were kids and all this? Which you saw people running, and that's what was reported. So where do people get this thing about there being aliens there? The video that is out there, it's like people walking side by side, and it made it look like a tall creature, you know. And this one, picture.
That we maybe
Maybe.
what's it called?
Maybe.
Wouldn't that just make them look wide rather than tall?
It was just like the angle, and there were
10-foot
steps.
wide creatures.
And
and
the
lighting.
video was very
It
far
was
away and
so
blurry.
Mm.
So, but it's just weird. There's nothing. And the other thing I thought about too with this is we've grown up believing that aliens are bad and out to take over our world, our country, or our Earth,
Mhm.
right? Our
Yeah, I saw Independence Day.
planet. There we go.
Yeah.
But how do we know they are? What if
They just want an orange Julius? That's
want
all they want.
exactly? Like, it's just so funny.
And a
thinking about
pretzel.
all
That's
that.
all they want. Wetzel pretzel, orange Julius, and they'll go back home.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the weird thing is that, people call them aliens, but then there's people who's like, no, it's really internet dimensional beings, and that's why they come through portals and blah, blah, blah. And
alien means not from here. That's all that means.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's from
They could have been from Italy.
It's from a different planet Earth, and they're coming through portals, just like in the show What If on Disney Plus.
Well, and it also makes me think of. I know you're segueing,
No,
but
that's fine.
But it also makes me think of the show Resident Alien with what's his name?
But they came out of the sky.
Yeah,
yeah.
But I mean, they could be living among us, just like that.
Yeah, I don't know. It was just weird, because like if I was in charge with the police or whoever down there,
whatever trouble.
Well, I would just be like, here's the kids that we arrested.
Yeah.
Here's their sticks and their fireworks. End of story.
I did see one story that they did make some arrests of some kids. Now, they could have just found some kids like, we need you to be arrested.
Here, hold this stick.
You're a patsy.
Get out of here.
Hey, kid, ever heard of a patsy?
But they were able to come back and say all this. They've denied that the flights were canceled over that area and all this stuff. So there's all these people coming back.
That wouldn't
but
make
what gets
sense
me
anyway, because they're coming through portals.
Yeah, that's right. People are very imaginative, right?
Yeah.
But why did they draw that conclusion? When it was happening, like except for that one video, which it was so hard to see. Like, did you do that? So,
it's weird.
Sounds like a distracting us from something else.
Yeah,
it was weird, and I'm not going to get into political stuff, but it was weird that this happened on the same day that some certain files were dropped.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Chris knows.
maybe that's why I didn't know about it, because I was more interested in the files.
I know that was it was happening at the same time. So if you're looking at Twitter, it's like going back and forth between the two things. Like, what does it say? But,
so I mean, it's just been a weird year, and it's not even the end of January. You had all this stuff happen. You had those files drop. You had the Biden stuff. You had the random dude that. Did you see the random dude that in court that jumped over the? He
attacked the judge. Yeah,
leaped over. I mean, those desks are pretty high. He leaped over and attacked the judge.
Yeah, there was the Bass Pro Shop guy.
Yeah, went skinny dipping in Tennessee.
Skinny dipping, in a Bass Pro Shop tank.
Got a fish out of there or something.
That was in 2024.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
And all the of course, all these countries that are attacking each other and threatening to attack.
And Sweden said, "Prepare."
Yeah,
the war's coming.
Freaking out. It's like,
get your beans and rice.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we got a winter snowstorm, whatever. It's going to hit Texas here.
We have.
I don't think it's going to be as bad as a couple years ago.
That was just last year, wasn't it? The big freeze.
No, that was
a couple
years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like it was last year.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'm just now it's just like we've had 10-foot creatures coming out of portals. What else are you going to throw at us, really?
What if something else happened?
What if something else happened? What if there was a season 2 of this stuff?
What if another mall?
What if another mall?
The Johnson City Mall and Johnson City, the mall of Johnson City.
They probably don't have security cameras. So.
No.
We just got these creatures that came out of the portal down by the Chick-fil-A down there.
Invaded the KB toy store. Yeah, we still got one.
I miss KB toys.
Yep. All right. So what if has happened? We've watched all the episodes.
Yes.
They came out before Christmas and then went up till Christmas, right?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Them after
Yep.
Christmas.
Well, actually, the 30th.
Yeah.
The 30th was the last episode.
Oh, well.
Up through Christmas.
Yes,
Yeah.
through Christmas.
Through.
So I will say this. We can go through most of them. I did like this season way more than the first season.
Oh, 100%.
Shocking.
Yeah. Do you guys agree with me? Do you think this season was better?
Yeah, definitely.
I think it was better. I don't know if it was like way better, but I think it was. I enjoyed it. Better.
Yeah, I thought it was way better.
I would go so far as to say that if they just made these episodes and not made the movies anymore, I'd be okay with that because I thought it was really enjoyable.
They were fun.
And it's limitless, right? You don't. I mean, with movies too, you have CGI and stuff, but this is probably less expensive in some ways because it's.
Well, yeah. I mean, and technically with these, like you can replace actors easier, which they've already done.
Because it's a multiverse. Somebody else has that voice in a different.
And you can just make up whatever story you wanted to if it's what if, because it's just
you can just make whole new characters that have never been around before. We'll get to that.
That's right. Yeah.
But yes, I did like this season way better. I like the stories in them. I couldn't if you said right now, tell me a story from season 1, I couldn't tell you.
The zombies exploding.
Yeah. Zombies.
Oh yeah, the zombies. Season 1 was just all depressing, if I remember correctly.
And in some ways setting this up too, right?
Yeah,
because the characters are all there. What's kind of funny about that though is I didn't realize that I don't think I watched the last episode of the first season because when I went to Disney Plus and turned it on, I watched the last episode and I thought that was the first episode. I was like, wow, this is really great. Like it was that last episode of the last season was really great. And, and then it said, okay, now here's episode 1. I was like, didn't I just watch that?
Like, huh?
So it was good. It was a good surprise, and it kind of helped remind me of some things, I guess, and so I didn't mind it. So
what do you think about? Because I could be wrong, but it feels like half of the season were pieces being put together, and then the first part of the season was just on their own stories.
Yeah, which is similar to all the movies too, right?
Yeah. It was mixed. Some were kind of their own thing. Others, kind of had like a little lead through like a few episodes, which was kind of nice. I kind of liked it. I didn't think they all had to be tied together, but I like they kind of carried some characters from the first season into like other stories into that.
Yeah, I liked the ones where I liked it was tied together because it made me want to watch the next one.
Yeah,
because some of them, like when they're their own story, and it's like, do you want to start the next episode? I'm just sort of like, nah, I'll do it later. But the ones that were ended like on a cliffhanger, I was like, yes, I want to start the next episode.
Yeah,
I want to know what happens to,
right,
Peggy
Captain
Carter. Yeah,
I think that's one thing that I'm maybe like about the What If series over like the Star Wars Visions, because Star Wars Visions, it's totally different stories, right? Because it's not meant to be together, right, at all.
Yeah.
But that would be interesting if they did something like that, like even maybe not necessarily a what if Star Wars, but just
Oh no, they should totally do a what if Star Wars because
That'd be kind of fun.
there's
Yeah.
so many things they could do. What if Anakin beat Obi-Wan? What if
Sure.
there's so much. What if
What if
they didn't
Luke
land on
lost his other hand and not that hand?
Ooh.
what if Qui-Gon, what if they didn't land on Tatooine?
What if Anakin lost the pod race, right?
Yeah.
What if
like all kinds
Darth
of stuff.
Maul was like lactose intolerant?
Changes the whole.
Well, as you can see, they're not all going to be
Everything.
winners, but I think there's a lot of stuff they could do with what if.
But I think the thing about Visions was that it's these different stories.
Yeah, I love Visions too.
Mhm.
And it would be cool if they had a different story that maybe it is a what if, I don't know, but that just was continuous instead of a bunch of different ones. But whatever.
What
if Lando didn't lose the Falcon and Obi-Wan and
We
Luke
should
met
do-
Lando instead of Han?
We should do a what if Star Wars episode.
Yes.
And play those, make our own.
Let's do it. Next time. Not
this week.
Not this week.
This is what if Marvel.
This is okay. So I enjoyed the first episode. I thought it might have been a weird way to start the season.
Oh, the Nebula.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm not saying that I didn't like it.
Mhm.
I just thought maybe it was a weird way to start the season.
I didn't mind it.
Like if it was in a different order, because that was like one of the ones that didn't fit with the rest of them, so it didn't make me want to watch the next one. Like if they started with something that ended on a cliffhanger, I probably would have been more likely to just go on to the next one. But I didn't, because I was like, yeah, that's good. Okay, I'll just wait on the next one.
But if they started with one of them, like the Captain Carter one, if they started with that one, and then suddenly they went to the Nebula one, you'd be like, well, why? What's this? How does this connect?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that maybe they should all connect somehow.
No,
Because
I didn't mind.
The first two didn't connect, and the rest of them sort of did.
Yeah, well, right? the first three didn't really connect. Although the third one,
connects sort of, because it tells the backstory. It tells the backstory of how Happy Hogan gets the way he is.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of connection there, but they didn't really necessarily say like, "Hey, this is that universe." Really, it didn't really. So it didn't quite connect.
Maybe the Iron Man didn't connect either. It was just a
Iron Man technically connected to the last season. The Iron Man one, the what if Iron Man crashed into Sakaar? That was supposed to be in last season, because that's the Gamora from the Guardians of the Multiverse.
Yeah. No, that one I really liked. That Iron Man.
Yes,
that was fun. Yeah. Like the day after, they put out the hot toys for the Iron Man suit is out.
Yeah. So I liked it. So let's go back. So the Nebula one I thought was good. I thought it was very dark, very gritty.
Yeah, it's very like, cop procedural type.
Fun. Yeah, that was great.
And we encourage you guys to go, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. Because we're not going to go into all the details. We're just going to say, we like this one. We didn't like it. This was cool.
Yeah.
We're not going to give you a blow by blow. The Peter Quill one was interesting.
What if Peter Quill attacked Earth's mightiest heroes?
But it wasn't one that fit in with, was it? I'm trying to remember. Did it fit in with the rest of them anyway?
It didn't fit in with anything.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah.
It was basically, if Yondu did deliver Peter to Ego, what would have happened? And basically, a lot of places got destroyed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's why I didn't really get real into it until episode 3. I liked the first 2, but it was episode 3 that got me like, okay, I want to watch the next one, type of thing.
Yeah. I did like the Peter Quill one because it had kind of like the Avengers forming beforehand, and there was like some characters you didn't really would have thought of that they put in there, and even the Evangeline Lilly character from Ant-Man and the Wasp as a kid, and that was surprising for me. I enjoyed that. I thought it was a nice little twist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't until like episode 3 then I was like, okay, now I'm fully in, because that one, like the Happy Hogan Die Hard, basically was
that was good.
It was really fun.
That one came out Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect one to come out on Christmas, because we all know that Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I liked how they ended it with Hammer basically recreating the scene from Die Hard, falling out of the building. And I was like, oh, there goes Hammer. And then they save him. But I thought that was an interesting take.
Yeah, that was fun. I liked it. That was an enjoyable one. It was just kind of fun.
But there was parts of it where you're just like, well, can't somebody else call these people too? Because you got it was sad to see what's her name back after her untimely demise in Secret Invasion.
Maria Hill. I didn't even think about that when I saw her.
I did. I was like, oh,
I kind of put that out of my head, like, she's not dead.
Well, not in this multiverse.
Yeah, not here. So
yeah, but yeah, it was a fun one, and it had Darcy from
the Thor movies.
Mm-hmm. And she's still in college. She's still taking classes, I guess. Forever student.
Never had a real job.
Yeah, so it's good. It had humor. It had Die Hard. Had everything.
That's all you need.
Which brings us to Iron Man crashed into the Grandmaster, and this was cool to see the Grandmaster again. If you don't remember who the Grandmaster is, he is the Slav, debonair, a little goofy.
Very goofy, very eccentric, and Jeff Goldblum, which
Jeff Goldblum character,
perfect actor for that character too.
Marvel finds a way.
Yeah, from the Thor movie, the last good Thor movie.
Yeah,
Ragnarok.
Yeah,
the other one didn't happen. So I liked seeing that character again.
Yeah, it was fun to see just a different take of a different Avenger taking on the Grandmaster, and how he would, like Tony would take him down compared to like Thor or the Hulk. It was kind of fun.
Yeah, and now he's just a puddle of goo with a face.
Yeah,
which was fun. It was they had an after credit scene in that one, which was fun.
Get a glass.
It was fun seeing the other characters though too, like the what's the rock guy's name? I never can think of his name.
Korg.
Thank you. Yeah, and he said something about paper. Somebody said something about paper, and he's like, "Oh, my nemesis."
Yeah,
that was kind of a deep cut of you had to kind of it's popular.
And they had Taika Waititi back for the voice. Yes. They had a lot of people back. Didn't have Robert Downey Jr. But they got someone that sounds pretty close to him.
Enough like him. Yeah,
it was a good impression.
And he had good impression and same mannerisms. I guess.
I mean, they even got Josh Brolin back to do like one line as Thanos, but
yeah.
So it's good. Then we moved on to the Carter fought the Hydra Stomper, Captain Carter. This was a solid episode. It was another heartbreaking episode where she is reunited with Steve. Then,
it was kind of a continuation from last season.
Yeah.
And it was kind of their take on the Winter Soldier.
Captain
American Winter Soldier movie, which was fun.
It's a scrawny guy in a big suit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he can't get out of the big suit because it would kill him.
It was basically keeping him alive. Because he should have been long dead. But
But yeah, so that was a good episode.
Mhm.
Had Black Widow, did a lot of the Red Room.
Yeah, it kind of combined like a Winter Soldier and the Black Widow movie.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the next episode, which on IMDb, it's one of the top-rated episodes
Top
of the
rated.
season.
I couldn't believe that. But not the highest rated.
Well, tell us how you really feel, Kate.
I didn't like it.
It's what if Kiori reshaped the world?
I watched / listened to all these episodes while I was home nursing my back. I had a back injury or whatever, and stayed home, and it was fine. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but I stayed home and sat in my recliner and worked, and had that one on, and I was like, "What is happening?" It was all subtitles, and then I was like, "Who is this person? Did they bring in? I mean, this is terrible. But is this Pocahontas is part of this now? What's going on? You know?" And I didn't know what was going on. And I mean, I got the gist of it by reading the title. I was like, okay, I don't need to watch this. You know, I've seen the character. Let's go.
I liked it.
Of course you did.
Of course you did.
Of course I did. I'm a weirdo. Sure, whatever. I don't know. I liked it. I mean, yeah, it's not a character used before, but I kind of liked that they're taking this what if and kind of doing their own stories. I mean, it's kind of how like some of these characters kind of happen. Like Captain Carter was in like a puzzle game for your phone that they just kind of came up with on there, and it just springboarded off of that, and that's how the character is on this. So I enjoyed it. I thought it had it took like elements from the Marvel universe that just kind of laid just the baseline for the story, and they did a springboard for that to tell their own thing. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I don't mind reading. I don't know how you're going to feel about Echo when you watch Echo.
Oh no, that's a good point.
Oh no.
It's been good so far, but you have to read.
Oh, no.
If I wanted to read, I'd pick up a book. Well,
let me ask you this real quick.
Go ahead.
Sorry, because I didn't watch the full episode. Did she end up speaking English at the end of the episode?
No, she ended up speaking French.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Interesting.
We'll get back to that.
I'm in the middle between you two.
Okay.
I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but
you are in the middle.
I watched it late at night, and my mind was not into reading, and it was sort of on in the background anyways. And I was like, what the heck? I was like,
right.
It kept going. And I'm like, am I going to have to read this whole episode? Because I don't feel like reading this episode because I'm doing other stuff, but I want to watch it to see what happens because it looks cool. And then I'm like, who is this character and why is she important? Right. And then I find out from Chris that it's just a made up character for the show, which then got me a little more like, I thought What If was supposed to be like the characters that you know, what happens to them in a different multiverse, not here's a new character. Here's what happens to her in this universe. We don't know if she's in another universe or not. We don't know anything about her. Figure it out by reading. At
least with Peggy Carter, we had Peggy Carter.
Peggy Carter, and yes. So we see that's the perfect example of What If. In the movie universe, we know what happens to Peggy Carter. What happens to that character in a different multiverse? Right. This one is like, here's a show about what happens to the characters in a different multiverse, but guess what? You don't know this character.
Well, this was a What If the Cosmic Cube.
No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I get what you're saying, but I don't buy it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good storytelling. I thought it was good visuals.
If it was a series of its own, they said, hey, new character, here's who she is.
Which, I mean, they might be doing more.
Oh, that's cool. But to drop her in the middle of this series, I was like, what the heck?
It's basically like any TV show that you watch. Supernatural did it twice and like failed twice at it. But they like do like a
Failed.
pilot
There-
episode.
Failed. There we go.
Like do it.
Why did
No,
it-
but it doesn't happen all the time. I mean, Buffy did it with Angel. But you do like a pilot episode.
But
in like
when,
a series,
yeah.
and it sprouts off. And I think that's what they're doing here. I think
I get that
Could be.
though. But here's the thing. In those examples, it was like, here's a character that we're developing inside this universe. This one was like, the whole premise of the show is, what if your favorite heroes and villains, what would happen to them in another universe? Not, what if this character you've never heard of and never known, but we want to have a different sort of character that's different, that we don't have this certain type of character pop up in the show. Because to me, that's what it felt. Because they didn't just do the show episode. At the end of the episode, they give it this big long thing, because Cajun probably didn't see this.
Nope.
We worked closely with the native tribes to make sure everything was perfect and everything was the way that it was supposed to be, and blah blah blah. I'm like, so are you telling me you're just trying to not? I'm going to be that guy, just trying to be diverse in your characters. Is that what you're trying to do? And so you're like, well, who do we not have? Okay, well, let's make this one episode in What If. I like the character. I like the episode. I just felt like it didn't fit in What If.
Yeah.
And then to bring her back later, they'll be like, hey, remember that character we introduced you to? She now speaks English. And you see her again in this random other planet that she wasn't in before, and a different time period that she wasn't in before, because Doctor Strange came and he was like, I'm bringing you with me, and I'm going to take you and drop you on this other planet, and then I'm going to lose you, and then I'm going to have to get Captain Carter to come find you. It just felt weird. I would have rather it have been like, I would rather, because Chris said that he wouldn't have had when we were talking. I would have rather them pick the most obscure Marvel character from the comics, drop them in, and be like, oh yeah, they're in this comic. This is where they've been the whole time, instead of this brand new character that just dropped it for one episode in the middle of it. And then, or when they bring her back, have her keep speaking her native language.
Well, I basically they alluded that she
learned English.
Learn English because in the episode she's speaking her native language. At the end of the episode, she's learned to speak French. She was.
So is that one of her superpowers?
Teleported to France. Well, I mean, I think she's just smart and just figured out languages. And so yeah, she's picking up.
Nobody comments on their stuff anyways. If they did, I would people would yell at me. How dare you? But it's not about who she was or what.
This is We Offend Everyone, Part 3.
Yeah.
2 of those.
I just thought it was a weird placement. Yeah. I did like the episode. I liked how she found this lake and this cave and all this stuff. I thought that was cool. I liked how she decided to go back and defend her people, and she basically convinced all the ancestors to come back with her. I thought that was really cool. I liked it all. And it made me think, like, well, if people would just, get along, none of this stuff would happen, in the world. But people always want more and more and more. I just thought it was a weird place to put it in a show about characters in different multiverses.
People liked it, so.
Oh, yeah.
But not as much.
Again, I liked it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm sort of in the middle between. I liked it, but it was a weird placement to me. But Chris loved it. It's his favorite episode.
I liked it.
He's already got somebody designing the action figure for him. If it's not already designed, I think it already is. I think somebody's already shown a picture of it. She comes with Thor's hammer that's see-through and a big bubble around her.
Moving on.
The next episode is also a top-rated episode.
Yeah.
What if Hela found the 10 rings?
Yes, I liked this one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I got interrupted and had to stop and come back to it. So that threw me off, because when I came back to it, for whatever reason, Disney Plus was like, do you want to continue watching? I'm like, yes, I want to see what happens. And it starts, and then I hear the ding, and it started back at the beginning. So then I had to fast forward, and I don't think I fast forwarded to the right time. So I think I missed something in the middle. Disney Plus, get your act together. Pay too much money.
But yeah, I was a big fan of Hela from Thor Ragnarok, so it was really great seeing that character again. Getting more out of her.
Can someone explain to me, since Disney Plus screwed me over, when did she decide to go back with the dude with the 10 rings and join up with him? Because somehow I missed that. She was training with the people, and then when I picked it back up, she was with the 10 rings guy.
So the Odin and his legion decided to attack the 10 rings because he thought they had killed Hela, and he had a very powerful weapon that he thought shouldn't be on Earth. So he was going to go take that from him and seek his revenge for her. She realized that was happening and went to side with the 10 rings guy to beat back her father, basically.
So when Odin saw that she was still alive, and the whole reason he was coming because he thought she was dead.
Well, it was also the 10 rings. He wanted to take that from Earth.
Oh, okay.
Want him to take it. She's like, this isn't where you should be. You shouldn't be meddling here. You go back. And so he's like, nope, we're going to fight.
Okay. Well, now I'm caught up. I was very confused. I was like, wasn't she just training with the other people? And now she's back with the 10 rings guy? I guess they're in love. I don't know. It's a love story for the ages. Yeah, I like this episode a lot. I thought it was cool. I liked that when she got the headdress thing back, it's like Gandalf the White. Gandalf the Gray and Gandalf the White turned all white. So that was cool.
And, I thought it was a nice twist that but he used the Thor hammer instead of like the hammer was her helmet. It was like that she had to seek out. It was a nice play on the Thor mythology for her.
She had to be worthy of wearing it, I guess, right?
Yeah. I like that.
But she couldn't pick it up. She pulled as hard as she could. I remember watching it and I was like, oh, it must be like the hammer. I didn't realize that. But they decided for that.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's cool.
Cool. This brings me to my favorite episode of the season. What if the Avengers assembled in 1602?
Yes.
I thought this was fun. This is what I want out of What If.
Yeah.
This was it was cool, goofy, Robin Hood, Men in Tights, everything thrown in together. I thought it was fun. Now, was the Hulk supposed to be Little John pretty much?
See, Little John more like Friar Tuck.
Hulk was more like Friar Tuck. I thought they were like when he came back, they're like, "Good to see you back here, big man." I'm like, "Oh, so he's like Little John, pretty much." But maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought Ant-Man in it was really fun. Just thinking of Ant-Man in like medieval times, and he's still shrinking down and stuff. I thought it was fun. I thought making Tony Stark basically sort of like the village idiot, but smart, like. Because they were like, "Oh, you're talking that Stark guy for? Like, he's an idiot. Like, even though he's like brilliant and stuff."
Oh, because it's all magic or whatever. Right? So they think he's crazy or something.
I just liked it. I liked how they did all the characters. It was seeing the end of it, how it played out. Which Chris explained to me that there was some memory changes and stuff. It was a weird thinking back to Steve, because Steve Rogers turns out he's the reason everything is going crazy. Because earlier he was like, what did he call Carter?
Peggy, it was his Peggy, but like
they called it
He's the full. What's Peggy short for something?
I know that's what I'm trying to say. But basically, he said that she was gone. She's been gone for a while now. So it's like, is that just a memory change thing?
Yeah,
Or-
basically the two worlds kind of overrode each other, and
Yeah.
so they always thought that they were there.
Yeah. But I thought that was good, and I thought I didn't catch at the beginning that one dude was Happy Hogan.
I didn't either.
I thought that was, but when it clicked, I thought that was hilarious.
Mhm.
And then the line about him, that somewhere else he worked with Stark or something. He's like, "That's that idiot. I'll never work with him." I just thought it was, I thought it was a fun episode. I
Yeah.
love those kind of episodes. They're just fun and goofy, but also, they sort of carry the story along.
It's fun. There's one thing I wish they put in there because they did a 1602 Avengers in the comics,
Yeah.
and they didn't have a 1602 Spider-Man. I really wanted a 1602 Spider-Man
well,
because he
I
has
think-
like a dust ruffle thing around his neck.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
They cut Spider-Man out of this season completely. There was supposed to be an episode, and they deemed it too dark.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a Spider-Man episode, and then the creators or whoever deemed that it was too dark of an episode to be shown on Disney Plus with the rest of the season, so they cut it.
Man, everybody dies in Spider-Man. What would have happened?
I know. That's what I'm like. Ooh, what happened? But I don't even think they told. They're just like, it's too dark. Like, we just couldn't do it. Like, we couldn't go through with it. Yeah. I feel like last season there was a Spider-Man episode cut too, wasn't there?
I don't know if there was one cut. I mean, he showed up in last season. He didn't show up at all in this season.
I thought there was one that it was supposed to be like a version of him where he's like this grotesque spider.
Oh yeah, there was something about that.
Yeah. So he's been cut 2 seasons.
oh, poor Spidey.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. I wonder if it has to do with the whole Sony.
I was just thinking that.
There
Like,
could be some licensing thing, or
Right.
whatever. I don't see why. I mean, probably a money thing.
right.
I bet they would let them use him, but yeah, it's probably like a money thing.
Yeah. Too dark for us though. Couldn't watch it. Yeah, so Carter figures out what's going on and she gets Strange appears to help her go back, or so we think.
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
Leads into the finale.
Yes. What if Strange Supreme intervened?
Man.
Oh, I did like back. Let's back up 1 minute. when Peggy goes back to the 602, I thought it was hilarious to have the Watcher there, and he's like, "What the heck?" Like he had no clue what was going on.
Yeah.
He
That
was
was
like,
good.
"What the heck's going on?" Because that was like totally out of character, though, that line and how they did.
Yeah,
it.
that was at the end of the What If Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper. Because
when she
that
gets
Peggy
pulled
gets
in.
pulled
Yeah.
into
16.
episode 8 into the 1602.
Was that the one where she was talking to him? He's like, wait, you can
Well, that
hear
was
me?
in 1602 that happened.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, he was talking. I believe.
Yeah. Why can't
Good
she
man.
see him?
I guess
Do we know?
she's just kind of connected to like the
Okay.
multiverse a little bit. I'm guessing because she's
Probably, yeah.
That was
been involved with it so much.
Right.
It was a funny scene though, because all the time he's like, "I am the Watcher," and he's like, "Well, I forget the exact line, but it was just like his voice cracks a little bit. He's like, "What the heck's going on?" All right, which leads us to the finale. Strange asks Peggy to help with an adversary. I wonder who it could be. Could it be a brand new character that now speaks
Favorite
English?
character? Your favorite
Hey, I
character.
like the character. I thought the character was cool. I thought she looked cool. I thought the whole premise was cool. Just in a different multiverse. Yeah, so Strange has gathered up all the world or multiverse ending foes put them in a
powerful beings.
Yeah, he's put them in like a beehive type crystal thing.
Yeah, he's kind of
And
ant farm.
He's got the ant farm, and then for some reason, he needs Carter to go get this adversary. I don't understand why he needed her.
The reasoning behind that was she could kind of see him coming. And she is an unknown to her. So while she was busy dealing with her, he could come in and kind of take her out.
Yeah, I guess.
Or attempt to.
Yes.
But they become friends.
Yes, because Strange went crazy again.
If he'd have held on for a little bit longer, he could have probably talked his way out of it. Because she knows Strange. She doesn't know random person created for the show. So Strange could probably talk her out of it. Like, no, listen. She's really evil. She's trying to mess with you. Who do you know? Me or her? Come on.
Yeah.
I'm Dr. Strange. But no, he snaps.
Didn't help when he turned into a giant demon. So
well, that's what I'm saying. If he could have held on for a little longer before snapping. But yeah, so which turned into big battle, which they broke everybody out and gathered their powers or their weapons.
Yeah. The one thing about that episode I didn't understand, they broke everyone out and then everyone decided to start fighting each other.
Yeah.
That I didn't quite understand why everyone would start fighting each other and not fighting Strange.
That's prison rules, man. That's prison rules. You open up the cells, mayhem begins.
Yes.
Go for the biggest dog. So it was now all the episodes are running together.
They do run together, yes.
Maybe that was a different one.
Probably.
Which episode did somebody get Thanos's gauntlet and turn into armor?
That was this episode.
Was it?
Killmonger had
oh yeah, that's what. Killmonger. Yeah.
Armor, and he had all the stones in it. And Kaori just zapped him out of the armor.
Yeah.
And left the armor, and so Peggy put the armor.
She had spots for it, apparently.
So at that point, why didn't she just snap her fingers and the whole thing could just, I don't know, everybody can return to where they came from?
I guess she didn't quite know that she could do that, I guess.
She knew that it would make for more interesting television if she didn't. Back off.
She snaps everybody back except for the one girl.
I'm kind of thinking these Infinity Stones aren't as strong as the regular ones because Killmonger's using them and she's using them, and Tony tried to use them and he died.
Carter's
the Guardians had to all join together to use one of them. So I'm thinking these aren't as strong.
These are like the ones from Loki that were sitting in a drawer.
Yeah, they were just sitting in a drawer.
Yeah. Yes.
Got them in a Cracker Jack box.
Yeah. So as they're all going, I thought it was sort of weird, which I guess it makes sense because you see all these big villains and stuff being sucked in. You see, and I think, and there was a Thor, but then there was just a random tribe mate from.
Yeah, some of her people.
Some of her people were there too.
Were there too.
Yeah,
because they had kind of the same power she had. He was just collecting everyone that had strong power at that point.
So she uses a bunch of weapons. Anyway, so it ends. I don't remember how it ends. Did everybody gets taken back to their place?
Everything gets kind of put back to where it's supposed to be, and the Watcher's gonna put Peggy back to where she's going to go, but she's like, well, how about we take the scenic route? And at the end of that's when you see if you watch Loki, season 2.
Yeah, you see the tree.
Loki,
Yeah,
you see the
I
Loki
wondered
tree.
if that's what that was. Okay.
Brings
Yeah,
it
that
all
was-
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was really nice. I like that, and that really does make me think like, oh well, is she gonna show up in like the King Wars or whatever they're gonna do?
Who,
Secret
Peggy?
Wars? Yeah, Peggy.
I mean,
That'd
that'd
be
be
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, what would be
I feel
really
like they need
cool-
to.
Like, what would make it even better is if Kahori shows up.
Oh, she will. She will. She will.
Is that how you say her name?
Sure.
Kahori?
You never
Again,
know.
I like the character. Just thought it was weird. I hope they tie it in somehow. But with their track record right now, I don't know.
Well,
I don't know what they're gonna do. Are they gonna recast the Kang guy? Are they gonna scrap the Kangs all together and just be like, well, Doctor Doom's here?
No, they're
We'll
just gonna
discuss that.
recast them. They'll just recast them.
And who do you want them to recast them?
Denzel Washington.
Chris Tucker.
Chris.
Kevin Hart.
Oh gosh. I was gonna say Robert Downey Jr., but you know, whatever. I'm the guy playing the guy that's playing the guy. Sorry. Tropic Thunder reference.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was one actor that somebody said, and I was like, oh yeah, that actually.
I've seen people
Might
wanting
work.
John Boyega.
Oh, that would be interesting. I would like to see him in something else. He's really good. He's
He
sort
is
of got
good.
the shaft with the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, he's good. He was.
I like him.
There
that
was
would be
one
cool.
movie I saw him in first. I can't remember what it was. It was like alien. It was aliens attacking Earth.
Hey.
There
you go.
It is a British comedy, kind of like a dark comedy. It is really good.
Everything I've seen him in has been excellent. That'd be cool. I would like that. Make it happen, Marvel, Disney, whoever.
We know you're listening.
Just don't treat him like you did in Star Wars.
Let's turn him into a King Jr. He doesn't really have any power.
What about
No.
what about the guy from Haunted Mansion?
He's good. He's a good actor.
Yeah, we've already decided it's John.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
We're done naming new people.
Everyone else go home. It's John Boyega.
Sorry.
You know the guy from Haunted Mansion. I just forgot his name.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see him in because somebody came up with this like fan idea or whatever, and I thought that would be sort of cool. So there's this show called Young Jedi on Disney Junior, and it's about this group of young Jedis, training and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so the story would be that character, one of the main characters of that show, all grown up, played by this guy, as this Jedi in I think it's like in the Old Republic area or something. I was like, oh, that'd be sweet because he's got this.
Still made for children, or
No. He's got this friend that's like it looks like a cute. One of the other Jedis is this like cute blue koala bear looking guy, and they had somebody did fan art of that guy as the one character, and then the blue koala bear all grown up, and he's like all like buff and like tall like Chewbacca and stuff.
Pokemon evolution.
So, I don't know. I was like, oh, that'd be cool, but he could do Kang too.
Of course.
I like that John Boyega though. That would be cool. They won't do it. It'll be somebody that's like so.
They'll get some it person, some like it's
like
big
Miley
in
Cyrus
something
or
right
something.
now. Yeah, she's already been in the Marvel universe.
It'll be
Taylor Swift.
Oh gosh, it'll be what's her name from Wednesday? She's big right now. We decided to go in a different direction. Gang.
It's Jackie Chan.
Jackie
Chan.
He's coming out with a movie with another Karate Kid, right?
Yes, the next
with Ralph Macchio.
Karate Kid. I wonder if they're going to lead into that from coming out of Cobra Kai or something.
That's a different multiverse.
It's supposed to be a different thing. Yeah, and
well, that's no fun.
They're gonna go through this portal, and there's gonna be 10-foot creatures that fight in Miami.
Is it a tournament?
No, it's a mall.
Tournament in the mall.
Tournament in the mall.
Yeah.
The mall
It's the
tournament.
Bayside karate tournament.
There's a hot topic level, the fountain level.
Oh, so
It's
to wrap What If up, I enjoyed every episode. I just want to put that out there. I like them all.
I did.
I just thought one was weirdly placed, and it should have been a different show.
I like
You're
it.
allowed to not like it.
And now I'm a little concerned that I'm going to have to read another Marvel show. Since Chris has told us at Echo, you're going to have to read them.
Well, I mean, that's kind of a duh. Like,
well, yeah. Or I could learn sign language before I watch it.
But you still have to sit there and watch it.
You still have to watch.
The
Like,
whole point is being able to
still technically reading.
Right.
That's
right. Exactly. I could either read sign language or I could read words.
I'll learn sign language instead.
I'll do the hard part.
See, that's my problem when something comes on that has subtitles right now. Usually when I get to watch something is when I put something on in the background while I'm having to do something else.
Right.
Because I never have time just to sit down and watch something. So when you have to read it too, I'm like, yep, I'm out because I can't focus on making crystals. You can find it at iamGEEK shop, kyber crystals on Etsy.
Making crystals.
If I'm making my kyber crystals or something, I can't sit there and like make those and read at the same time.
Well,
this doesn't work for me.
What's funny though is that it's like this. Everybody does this now. They watch shows with the subtitles on because either the audio is bad where you can't hear it because the sound around it, like the sound effects are so loud, or it's in a accent that's hard to understand. So there's subtitles. Like my wife watches a ton of shows that she just had any show she watches just about watches it with subtitles. So in case she didn't understand what they said, she could see it on the screen. The part I hate about that is like the subtitles often come before they finish the sentence, right? Because so you don't get it's not kind of like a surprise when you hear somebody say something, but when you read it, it's like, oh, well, I know what's going to happen.
Move along.
It's 2 seconds difference, but it's still, to me, it makes a difference. And like, I try not to look at it when I'm watching something because again, you can kind of,
you need the dubbed version.
Yeah, I need the dubbed version.
There we go. Well,
I need somebody to read it to me. That's what
I think we can all agree for the most part. We enjoyed What If.
Yeah.
Season 2.
Yes, it was very good.
Yes, it's very good. Next
And
Marvel thing
they
is
already. Oh,
yeah,
so they already
announced season 3.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
Season 3. That's the thing.
Season 3.
It's all going to be. It's all going to be that one girl. Every episode.
Yeah. Well, they already have a clip out.
I haven't seen the clip.
Yeah. There's a clip online. It's with the Winter Soldier and the guy from Stranger Things, his Russian character.
Yeah.
I can't think of his name.
Yep.
The Soviet Army guy. But they're like on a road trip.
Oh, that's funny. I'll have to look that up.
It's like a Thelma and Louise road trip or something.
Yeah. The next Marvel show has already started. That's Echo. 5 episodes, which is sort of a random number of episodes. It's all out now. The next thing after that, I don't know. I don't know what the next thing is after that.
There's only one movie this year, Deadpool 3.
Yeah. I don't even know
speculation this will drop season 3 of What If sometime this year.
Yeah, I don't even know what Star Wars thing's next.
Skeleton Crew?
Maybe sometime. I don't know when.
I don't know.
Oh, that was another news. We didn't get off here because we've already been talking an hour.
Or the Acolyte.
Yeah. It was announced that there is a Mandalorian movie coming.
Yes.
Which we sort of knew that, I thought. Everybody got excited, but I'm like, we knew that, right?
Right. It's supposed to tie all those shows together. It was Ahsoka, Mandalorian, and something else.
I did read that it's not going to affect season 4 of Mandalorian. That's still happening too.
Well, good.
Which I thought, they was making a season 4 movie, but they're not supposedly.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then they announced Ahsoka season 2, which I'm really excited about. Let me tell you, because I loved season 1. I'm sorry, it wasn't a made-up character that nobody's ever heard of before.
Well, they are made-up characters that no one had heard of. before.
For some
Like,
people, it
Ahsoka
was.
wasn't in the Star Wars movies. They made her up for the
No,
Clone
yeah, but they
Wars.
didn't drop her in the middle of.
Well, they dropped her in the middle of all the history. She didn't show up anywhere.
In her own show, basically. The Clone Wars is basically an Ahsoka show.
Okay.
It wasn't one episode in the middle of Clone Wars.
Agatha Darkhold Diaries. That's another Marvel show coming
Oh
out this
yeah.
year.
Oh,
Coming out in the fall.
They changed the name of that show like 50 times, didn't they?
Yeah. And then there's also the continuation of the 90s X-Men cartoon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it won't be weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in the comments, if you comment, Chris, what's wrong with you? I'm super excited about Ahsoka season 2. And just leave it at that.
Feel free to comment that. I'm fine with that. Just leave a comment.
Chris doesn't have to watch it.
Please.
When we talk about it, he won't be on the show. We'll tell him we're recording a different day.
Just gonna be watching the Corey episode.
We'll let him and Ray do their own show that week. They could talk about One Piece.
I'm happy to talk about One Piece. One Piece is amazing.
We've done a lot of talking about One Piece, but we've never talked about. We need to do a One Piece episode.
That's sort of an insight. I think that's a joke now.
Right.
We're always going to talk about talking about One Piece, but never talk about One Piece.
Yeah.
You should go watch One Piece.
All right. So
It looks
if you haven't
really
watched
good.
What If, then why are you still listening? Go watch it. And we have some guests coming up. They couldn't be on tonight. We have some guests coming up. We're going to talk about immersive experiences with one guest.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about making a Star Wars documentary with some other guests, which would be pretty cool. I think, anyways.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's going to be cool.
Yes, that'll be cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. So guests are coming back to iamGEEK for 2024.
Yay.
Chris lost the key to his vault, so all of his guests are probably dead.
Mhm.
We've had Ray a bunch of times.
Yeah, right. He's the only one that
Mhm.
escaped.
He's not even a guest anymore. He's just another
He's just one of
co-host.
the team.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyways, so see you next week on Living with the Landspeeder. If you haven't listened to that, check out Living with the Landspeeder on our other channel, Living with the Landspeeder, wherever you listen to podcasts or watch on YouTube, where we Star Warsify Disney attractions.
Yes.
Well, Star Warsify Disney parks one attraction at a time. That's the thing. Anyways, so and then we'll be back the next week with an iamGEEK episode with hopefully a guest. All right. Thank you guys for listening, watching, subscribe, do all the stuff, comment, give us 5 stars on wherever you listen, and we'll talk to you next week or in 2 weeks on iamGEEK. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.